Large populations like Kenya have somewhere in the region of between 1 and 1.4 million. The issue for us is that with such a small population, we have a very high number of orphans, and in terms of orphans that have been a result of the HIV/AIDS epidemic, around the region of 75% of children orphaned were affected by the HIV/AIDS. So we're very much looking at a story where we have come through the impact of HIV/AIDS as a disease epidemic. We have a prevalence that's dropped to around 15%, which is still higher than a lot of the continent, and still 10, 20 times higher than other parts of the world. But an epidemic which is not killing the same number of people, and thanks to ARV drugs, is now something that we're winning through. What we forget about is the second epidemic that has come after the HIV/AIDS epidemic, one that is without talk, one that is without funding, one without interest, which is the orphan epidemic. And so we're living in two crises. One, we could say, very much a business economic crisis that we're facing at the moment, and the other is an orphan crisis. But the orphan care crisis is the one that we generally find is ignored in society. HIV/AIDS drew masses of resources and made a massive difference. Are we going to say in years to come that the orphan care crisis drew masses of resources? Or are we going to say that it was a hidden crisis, a hidden epidemic? So when we look at a population, let's say approximately around 13.5, 14 million, we're looking at approximately 1.6 million orphans, which is about 1 out of every 9 people in the country. Now, very much as a hidden epidemic, we have no idea who is suffering the most from the loss of parents, from the loss of education opportunities, from the loss of a future. And it's very important that the Bible does not talk about an orphan as being a different type of person. There's a danger if we just use the term orphan to kind of say those people over there in a separate box. The Bible uses terms in Hebrew which are more describing the fatherless, the one without a father. And almost in the wording in the Bible, it's saying, well, the fatherless is the situation of the person, and our response should be, that person should no longer be fatherless. It's a state that can be changed according to the response of us as people, where the person should be able to say, I was an orphan, I was fatherless, but because of the church, because of believers, because of their understanding of the Bible, I am no longer fatherless. Can we say that of our church and our church ministries, that we've taken people who were fatherless, who are defined as orphans in our modern English, and say they are no longer fatherless, whereby the society may still define them as an orphan, but because of us, biblically, they are no longer fatherless.